Hello scientists, it's Miss Sarah here from Moon Library, and today we're going to do a grape juice indicator experiment. What's an indicator? An indicator will change color when something's added to it that is either an acid or a base. Today we're going to use grape juice as our indicator. Grape juice will fall somewhere around 3.5 on the pH range. The pH measures how acidic or how basic a substance is. The smaller the number, the more acidic it is. The larger it is, the larger the number, the more basic it is. We're also going to be using lime juice, which you can see is more acidic. It's around a 2. And baking soda, which is a base, and it is around an 8. In your kit, you have 2 kinds of grape juice. You have a lime, you have baking soda, you have a pipette, a plate, and black tea. Now, if we look at this grape juice, it already has citric acid added. That means it already has an acid added to it. The other grape juice, the one in the clear container, does not. See, it only has ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, added to it. We're going to look and we're going to see a difference in the color. We also have a black tea packet, and if we brew this, we can use this as an indicator too. Now you'll need a bunch of different containers for this. I use little paper bathroom cups, but you can use anything. Clear or white is best. The middle cup will be for the unaltered grape juice. The one on the left we're going to add our acid to, and the one on the right we're going to add our base to. Now I'm going to use this pipette to suction up some of the regular grape juice, the one that didn't have the acid. I'm going to put it in the cup. Check out that color. You want to clean your pipette with water in between, otherwise you will contaminate your liquids. Now look at the difference between the one that has the acid added already. It's more red. The other one is more purple. So I put a layer of juice in all 3 cups. I'm going to cut up my lime, have a grown-up help you, and then squeeze some of this lime into my first sample and see what happens. And I'm going to squeeze it into the second sample. Now, I want to get a better look at what these look like, so I'm going to use this paper plate, and I'm going to use a pipette to check out the color differences. If you have white vinegar at home, you can also add some of that, because that is also an acid that we can use. What do you see different about the colors? My grape juice that already had acid added to it is already looking kind of red, almost a reddish brown. My other one looks a little bit brighter red, not quite so purple once we add the acid to it. That's an indicator. Now, let's add some baking soda. It's a base. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon, and mix it up. Oh, with my knife or whatever you have on hand. We're going to add a sample to our plate so we can take a look at the color. Wow, look at that gorgeous bluish, purpley, kind of really blue looking color. Now let's see what happens when we add it to our second sample. Wow, watch that fizz up. That one you can tell already had acid in it because it reacted with the baking soda. We stir it up, use our pipette, and we can take a look at it on the plate too to see what it looks like. Do we think it's going to be as pretty? I don't know. Let's see. It is not. It is definitely, it's more of like a greenish color. Now you'll be able to see these better at home on your own plates. Now you can see all the different colors that we showed up with. The ones in the middle were unaltered grape juice. The ones on the left had acid. The ones on the right had a base added to them. And you can see how they changed color to indicate if a acid or a base was added. Black tea can also act as an indicator. So we're going to repeat the experiment using tea. So I've got my teacup in the middle, added some tea on the right and the left, add some lime juice, and you can see how much lighter it gets. The tea lightens. It actually lightened a lot easier to see it lighten than it did with the grape juice. I can put a little bit of this on my plate too, so I can compare the different colors. There's my regular tea. There's my tea with the acid added. It's definitely a little bit lighter, a little bit more yellow. Now let's see what happens when we add some baking soda to our third cup. All right, we don't really get a reaction. Oh, maybe a tiny little one when we start up, but really it just gets a little bit cloudy. But do you see how dark it becomes? It becomes a little bit darker. We can use our pipette to squeeze some of this onto our plate to compare it to. And there we can really see the color change going on with our tea. And this is just plain old black tea, nothing fancy, but it's the black tea that has the special compound in it that will make it change color. So you can also try adding some vinegar to see if that changes your tea a little bit more. So remember, indicators can be used to indicate. They indicate by a color change whether or not an acid or a base has been added. See you next time, scientists. This is Miss Sarah from Moon Township Public Library.